So Maeve, can you tell us what does the word Tusseré mean? And then what was the main inspiration behind the design?
Tusseré comes from the Scottish Gaelic for pioneer, and the Tusserin, or the pioneering peoples. And it's that concept of boldly stepping where maybe nobody has stepped before. For me, it roots back to ancient Celtic manuscripts and decorative art and metalwork and the pieces that inspire me. And every time I start designing, I go to the past and I think, how can I bring something to light that will make sense and be relevant for people today? Amazing objects that have been touched by craft and hands of talent and that pursuit of excellence and meaning and significance across time from all different countries. But for me, looking at Scotland's past and the things that inspire me most in Celtic heritage, you know, the incredible stone carving and the beautiful Celtic metalwork and the pieces that past people wore. My style has always been influenced by curves and spirals. These things do come from the Book of Kells and from the way that Celtic heritage has been expressed through drawn material and manuscripts and metalwork and stone carving.
How did you find the experience designing for additive manufacturing for this specific collection?
Well, the structures to me were an opportunity to kind of take platinum to a place that's not really been seen before. A big scale, a volume, but with a lightness. What could be something structurally light and beautiful, and use the natural properties of platinum, the strength, resilience, and that beautiful color, and kind of maximize that using the technologies. And it was lovely to have like an overall very strong, simple silhouette and aesthetic, but with these incredibly intricate detailings within the structures.
And then looking back at the whole process, what were some of the more positive surprises when you received some of these pieces?
The process using CAD is so amazing for that, because you get so close to the detailing that there's nothing you can't do. You can make these tiny little screws and rivet and ways for the pieces to also be combined where they're versatile and they move, and moving structures as well that are already printed, articulated. Right, yeah. The potential and possibility of that piece as something that might be rediscovered in the future and telling a story of where platinum technology was today, which in the future will be so archaic, right?
Yeah. I think we're also struggling a little bit about how do we design specifically for additive manufacturing.
Well, the structures to me were an opportunity to kind of take platinum to a place that's not really been seen before. A big scale, something structurally light and beautiful, and use the natural properties of platinum, the strength, resilience, and that beautiful color, and kind of maximize that using the technology. So that was really like, what's the most I could do as a platinum lover.
How did you find the contrast of textures between polished surfaces?
I really wanted to showcase the native 3D printed surface as it is now, to show where the technology is today. When we polished the 3D printed platinum pieces, we found that there was an amazing sheen and a beautiful luster, high polished surface, so we were able to easily polish those off and leave the recesses as the native printed surface. On the highly polished areas, which were contrasting to the digital printed surfaces, and made an amazing contrast between the two.
How would you further elaborate on Tusseré as a collection? How would it continue?
In going forward to develop the Tusseré collection further, I'd love to really build on those ideas that are built into the collection already. It's the kind of cornerstones of versatility, boldness, customized elements, and the ability for consumers and customers to kind of work with it themselves and change the colors according to their own wishes, build it in the aesthetic and the silhouette that they like to wear. I'd love to expand the Tusseré collection and to build on the ideas of the interlocking, the articulation where it's printed in place, and to further push those bold structures which are able to make the pieces even more playful with the metal behind it. This is such an interesting time in the industry because technology is coming in thick and fast, and at the same time craft has never been more important for people to preserve and to understand the process and the possibilities of new materials and new ways of expressing, pushing more towards what platinum can do and where it can take it, and being led by the metal itself. I'd love to share more details and more styles of my collection, and if you want to learn more about Tusseré, please visit maevegillies.com.